life gives me. I will demand what life gives me because I'm gonna live my best life. %90 of new American billionaires are self-made, according to Forbes. Guys, 90% of new American billionaires are self-made. You know why that's such good news for you? You don't have to have a fancy last name or a degree or a good old boy or a good old girl, or you don't have to know someone's brother, sister's cousin to get it. All you gotta do is work hard and have an opportunity. 493 new billionaires were added to the Forbes list in 2021 because of entrepreneurship. Not jobs, not Walmart, not Amazon. I'm gonna go work for Amazon, Chris. BS, you gotta go slave for Amazon. And then when they're done with renting you, they're gonna kick you out like they kicked my dad out after 24 years of General Dynamics. Thank you very much, Mr. Philp, for your 24 years of sacrifice and 9 months away from your children. But you know, budget constraints don't allow for your position to exist anymore, so thank you very much. And oh, by the way, you know budgets are tight. You don't even get your gold watch either. Wow. Could you guys have guessed 2 years ago that restaurants and hospitality business would be decimated by a pandemic? Restaurants and hotels never go out of business. The small business owner was locked out of their business, but not us. Because we are noble, and because we have a product and a service that every American needs. And it's your choice right now today on whether or not you want to become that next champion. Because 55% of entrepreneurs say their biggest motivation for starting their own business was the idea of being their own boss. I want to be my own boss. I want to wake up in the morning and I want my kids to look at me and say, Daddy, do you have to go see your boss today? Or are my kids going to wake up and look at me and go, Dad, what business are we starting today and what are we investing in today? Because you see, the thing is that poor and middle class people will spend their lives being leveraged, where the world class will spend their lives leveraging. I'm not going to get leveraged anymore. I'm going to leverage. I'm going to be an investor. And I'm going to run a successful business first. And you see, the thing is, guys, is that it took one man. All it took was one man to make a decision in 2009 to create the greatest opportunity in American business in modern time we've ever seen. And he did it. So if he can do it, if Patrick can do it, why can't we do it? Why can't you make a decision today to say, I will start the greatest company my family's last name has ever owned and overseen? Because I'm solving for 1,000 years, not this weekend's party. As an entrepreneur, you can demand what life gives you rather than accepting and settling for it. And for me, my biggest thing is I'm going to create legacy. I don't know my grandfather's grandfather. And my kids don't know him either. But one day when I'm long dead and gone, my family's last name will survive and I will be that oil painting in the estate in the mansion. And they'll say, how did you do it? Will you change your last name? Does it matter? Will you get up today and say, I'm going to make the Morales last name great. I'm going to make the Pimber last name great. I'm going to make the Zaldo last name great. I'm going to make the Hill last name great. I'm going to make my last name great. I will make the philp name great. Will you create history? This country was built on history. A history of creating opportunity for everybody. Your opportunity. But that preservation needs help today. In a period of 21 years, 92 to 2013, small business owners accounted for 63.5% of new jobs created in the United States today. Make some noise if you're a licensed agent. Every time you go out in the field, you employ at least 5 jobs. An underwriter, a case manager, a new business manager, an analyst, an actuary, a manager, a VP, an insurance company, the partners that we work with. We create opportunities. No one else. Your small MD shop, your small business, your small FA shop, you create opportunities. More than anyone else. I put these 2 men up here for a reason. Both are from different sides of the aisle, or the spectrum, or the philosophy, or whatever you want to call it. But I'll tell you guys something. The Limerick Global Entrepreneur Index, 83.6% of the US's best country for entrepreneurship. Switzerland is number 2. So what this is that this rates the opportunity to become an entrepreneur, this global index, and it looks at all the countries, and it says all these factors together make an opportunity for someone to become self-made and entrepreneur. And you know the United States is number 1? Still today, Switzerland's number 2 at 80%. This is why more people come to America than any other country. But I'll touch on these 3 points as I close for you guys. What's your best life look like? What does it look like? Have you thought about it? Or are you so clouded by all the issues and all the mistakes and all the problems and all the limitations that the world supposedly said you have? Because in PHP, there are no limitations. This event is designed to open your mind. This is an opportunity for you to create greatness. And I know for me, it's gonna look like this one day. And I'll get the ring on my phone, or the text, or whatever we're using in that next 24 months. And it'll say, "Good morning, Mr. Philp. Your car's ready. We have 2 today, just in case you're taking extra guests. Black Cadillac, black interior, stretch limo. We got strawberries, champagne, a choice of Dom Perignon or Cristal, or maybe if you like some Rosé Golette, it's in there as well. The favorite snacks that your children like are there, luggage is packed and shipped already. We've decided to go ahead and call ahead and talk to your staff in Hawaii and Maui on Kaanapali Shores. Your beach house is being opened right now as we speak. The jet will take off whenever you're convenient. Just go to Lindbergh Field in San Diego, California. It's there waiting for you. It's the black and gold one. And it's got the eagle on the tail, like that. It's about a 5-hour flight, but don't worry, we've stocked the jet with everything your kids and your family love. And when you land, we've made a choice. The chef can prepare 3 meals for you when you get there, or we have the dinner luau tickets ready for you. You're no choice, no stress. You just let us know what it is. And when I arrive at this house in Hawaii on Kaanapali Shores, and I open the door, all I will see is slate tile floors, a pool, a deck, grass, and a private beach, and it will be my paradise for my family. Because I realize eventually the dominating thoughts of my mind become reality. And they reproduce themselves. And I'll tell you guys, what's your best look like? Have you thought about it? Can you taste it? Can you smell it? Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Can you dream it? Every single day. That's what we fight for. Because I want my liberty. Do you want your liberty? The liberty to travel? The liberty to spend your life the way you want? The liberty to have real quality time? Oh, but Chris, you're away from your kids so much. Don't worry, my kids will be in Tulum with me in a couple weeks. Don't feel bad for them. They got about 7 stamps in their passport. And they're all under 10 except for one. What's your liberty look like? But lastly, most importantly, guys, I want to talk about responsibility. Freedom is 1 generation away from being extinct. That was Ronald Reagan. You don't think for a second that our freedoms could be taken away in a matter of years? You don't think that there are forces right now fighting to take them away from you right now? You don't think so? You don't think that you're secretly sabotaging yourself in your brain going, I don't know if I can do this. You're taking away your own freedoms? We have a responsibility to this country and this company and this great nation to go out and do our best and be our best because America needs our best right now. Your family needs your best right now. But the interesting thing about all of this, guys, is that most of us will miss it. Most of us will settle. Because most of us just want to conform. Most of us just want to not buck the boat, rock the boat. That's okay, just go with the flow. But you know what Mr. Kennedy said? Way back then, he said, conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. Let me read that to you one more time. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. This year is your year to live your best life. We have a responsibility to grow this company and to grow our businesses and to grow our identities so that we can become the future generation of American citizens that build this country to greatness, because this is the country that gives our daughters, our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, and our unborn children the opportunity to grow and soar and to achieve greatness more than any other opportunity in the world, and it's our responsibility. So with that being said, will you join us in this cause to create the best 500,000 lives